As we wait for people to come on, just saying to the people who are watching this now that might have passed the live version. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thank you for tuning in. So I'm in the process of waiting for more people to come on. Hopefully everyone got the notice and everyone will be on soon. Now looks like my chat's working finally again. So let's talk. So as you guys know, I kind of said I wasn't going to do any more reviews or anything like that until the new year. That's still going to be the case. I'm actually working on a new video right now for launch, probably January. I don't know. I'm thinking probably the second week of January is when we're going to restart. But yeah, that's what we're thinking right now. But I have a lot of other projects that I do have on tap, ready to go. I just got to film them and start building them. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about was interviewers or people to interview. I've already got 2 people already, so that's a good sign right now. We are looking at probably getting another person to interview. I haven't figured out who I'm going to interview yet as of yet. But those are going to be stuck. Now, if you guys don't know already, we have a Patreon set up. If you watch our last video, you'll see that we do have the Patreon. It's in the links in the description. What I am looking at is probably, I don't know how many other people I'm going to get on to the channel that are going to interview. So right now, John Mack, thanks for coming in. 3D Medic, thanks, man. Wiley 3D, thanks for coming on in. Never Let the Machines Win. Mike, thanks very much. So hopefully all you guys are having a good, December. Haven't done a couple live streams in a little bit, so today it was just like I'm just gonna jump on and talk to people and just see what everyone's up to, but also give notes about what I'm gonna be doing to the channel. So people to interview. Who would you guys like to see me interview? Just out of curiosity. I already got 2 people already on the list. I am going after a third person probably tonight. And getting in touch with him is very easy. I just got to send him an email and he'll be on here don't know what the best word to use is. Oh, you want to do it right away. Only because we're going to be talking about some stuff. So I'll let you guys in a little bit of secret what's going on with the channel. So I am going to start it as a podcast. This will be exclusively on the Patreon side. And then about maybe a week or 2 later, the video and podcast will drop at the same time. This is going to be me interviewing makers and other people you wouldn't consider makers, but really they are making content. And really that's what we do on YouTube. We make content because people want to watch content. But because it's going to be more speaking one-on-one rather than it being a audio podcast, more than a video podcast, it's going to be talking heads. Talking head video does not work as well as, say, content where it is where if I was to put this out as a podcast, audio, it would do better. I know you guys are probably going, no, that's not true. A lot of it is true, actually. Take it, for instance, from one of my shows I used to run called The Japan Experience. It was exclusively only a podcast. We did some video stuff. That video stuff went flying. Really, we had enormous amount of success. And that was because the J-Vlog community jumped on it like hotcakes, and I started communicating with all the J-bloggers out there. It was amazing how many J-bloggers jumped on and said, hey, I just listened to your last episode. Excellent stuff, man. So it's like, wow. Okay, thank you, J-bloggers. And if you don't know who the J-blogger community is, These are people that are living in Japan, that are North American, either from Canada. I think there was one guy from Europe, a couple guys from Europe I knew, and most of them were from the States. So what happened was when I did my first video talking about Japanese food, one of my J-Blogger friends, I believe that was Maverick Maple, a.k.a. Kevin, a.k.a. Kevin in Japan, he saw the video and he went, holy shit, this is good stuff. And he sent it off to Molly. Molly then sent it off on his Twitter feed. And then 3 other people I did not know, and if I could remember their names, I would say them right now. They also posted the video. And then 3 other guys posted my video. I was like, holy crap. I was having, I think they got up to 400 views in a day. It was just insane. I was like going, wow, okay. We didn't gain any subscribers though, but yeah, the video went up like 4,000 views in a day. And they were all from Japan. And there were some comments from people living in Japan saying, yeah, no, that's good stuff. And yeah, we've been there too. So, and then when I did my audio podcast, when they found the audio podcast, that was a whole nother fun of stuff. Oh, sorry, man. Hear that? Yeah, Brian. Oh, that sucks. You'd be surprised, actually, John Mack. I think we might have the same reach, or even better reach in the podcast field. Because in podcasts, there's only like, three podcasts left that are still doing talking about 3D printing in the podcast universe. You got Today in 3D Printing. You have also the Geetech Printer Show, which is kind of, they're dying. I think their last post, they were talking about that they were coming to an end soon due to the fact that they had some problems that happened this summer, and I can see them ending the show soon. And there was one other one, and the audio is just horrendous. It's like listening to Charlie. That's how bad it sounds. It is horrendous. And I've listened to it, and I just said to the guys, your microphones are horrible. I don't know what you guys are doing. It's overmodulated, and it just sounds nasty. And they kind of fired back an email saying, well, if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. Granted, but I'm looking at your YouTube subscriptions and I'm looking at their comment section. And believe it or not, there's not just one comment. There's like 40 different comments. Each region has its own comment section. So if someone comments in Jamaica, the U.S. won't see it, but everyone in Jamaica will see it. And there were a lot of people in the U.K. just saying, this is garbage. Don't even listen to it. And in the U.S., there were some 2-star reviews. Canada had 1-star reviews. They were dead. I have a feeling they're going to kind of give up soon. But yeah, a lot of people were just saying, I have hope that these guys will do okay, but it is what it is. So I'm hoping for the same reach. We're going to see what happens. You never know until you do it, right? But, this is more for the person that can only listen, can't watch, wants some entertainment, wants to know more about 3D printing. I'm throwing it out there for them. Not to say the video won't be up. The video will be up also, but it'll be a Patreon unlisted link only. So you guys that are on Patreon, which is no one right now, but I do have that radio voice. You're listening to 101.5. Nah, I do have a radio voice. I've used to do, I did some voice acting back in when I first started doing this type of stuff, podcasting. So I'm used to doing it with radio, and plus I got a face for podcasts. Come on. This face? Yeah, this is for podcasting. Not to say I'm not going to release this stuff later. This will be released out to everyone. I don't care if you're a $1 plan, $5 plan, $15 plan. Those are just some incentives I'm throwing out there right now in the see what you guys like. But if everybody, if I had 181 people all paying me $1, that's $181 a month. That's a pretty good chunk of change to, look at other printers, put more content out there. I'm just saying. Now, if everybody paid me $15, that would be a lot of money. But I know the rules of the internet game, where it's like, what? For 3% of your listening audience, was it? From your listening audience, only 3% will respond to comments. So I'm used to that. And I understand that. And it's a little ashamed. Like me, I'm not ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed that, people don't want to, be out there and comment. It's always easy. Hey, Minnesota Makers in the house. How you doing, buddy? But no, I get that. I know that this podcast may not be everyone's cup of tea. Granted, I'm only going to be doing this with a couple of interviewers, and we're going to see what sticks. People that I can tell you who said yes already, but I can't tell you when it will launch because it's still up in the air. I still got to get a couple of little things ironed out. I get my podcast, get the domain name, get everything all set up. But anyways, I have already talked to Richard Cleveland. He said yes. Chris Riley, when I told him about how I'm doing it, he was definitely a yes. Third person I'm going after is not a maker, but he's a content creator. So this is going to be a little different, but what he brings to the table might actually make you guys think. Look at how you're doing your stuff and give you guys a different outlook. And the reason I bring him on is because he is more into the podcasting domain. He can explain how does the podcast work, get a little bit more deeper into the podcast world. And we're going to be talking, and we're going to geek out, me and him, because we both, when you talk podcasting, we geek out. And I think it would bring a lot of interesting ideas to you guys that are thinking, hey, I want to do video, or hey, I have video, and it'll just make you go, I never thought about that. Maybe I'll try that. See what that does on YouTube. See if it brings in more people. It might. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be bringing in others that you would think are not makers, but they bring content. They bring information. And with that, it might get you thinking a little bit differently. Just saying. Nothing is set in stone. I do want to do this still, but I'm going to probably release each episode once a month. Because if I start working again, and pray to God I get some work soon, because my fans aren't going to last forever, that this is going to turn out better than we thought. Now, myself, I don't know what you guys thought about. No, I haven't got a job yet. I'm looking for work. But I had some job options fall in my hands last couple of days. So I'm just waiting for the information to come in. Then I can get those stuff done, and then I can get some money back. I'm just waiting for this company that hired me to edit 3 other shows. They said they're sending me the raw files. I'm supposed to get them. They're supposed to be an email is going to get sent out to me. They're going to drop them. They're going to give me a link to the Dropbox. I pick it out of the Dropbox. I edit it, change it, clean it, send it on out. So I'm waiting for them to get back in touch with me so we can set up the time when I'm supposed to go up, meet with them, and then edit their podcast and then hand it back to them. So each episode, they're paying me close to $300 per episode. So it's money somewhat. But it's a limited run only. Yeah, it's not 9 to 5. This is like something I can do in roughly... Each episode, they said is an hour, so I tacked on an extra 2 hours of editing, which they were kind of shocked. And I said this also includes cleaning up any audio fixes that need to be done. This will also include sound checks, audio fixes, clean up audio if there's any like weird issues I'm hearing in the background, removing any artifacting weirdness, and then doing full process, post, notes, the whole 9 yards. I'm using another service personally that I know because they want transcribed, so I'm in contact with a transcriber who lives in the U.S., who is doing the transcribing. I pay her directly. She is great. She does that for a living. She does closed captioning for major television companies. But if I throw her, like once in a while, she doesn't have any work. So she waits for companies to tell her when they need transcribing live shows. I send her my copies of my audio, and within a week I get transcriptions back, fully edited and cleaned up, and the audio sound, and no spelling mistakes. So once I'm done editing the show, I send it off to her. She transcribes everything, sends me the time codes, timestamps, everything. So I don't mind spending that type of money for her to do the transcribes. I think she charges me $50 an hour on a transcribe, so it's a little bit of money, yeah, but it's $50 and it's done right, rather than paying, every 5 minutes? It's like 30 cents every 5 minutes. But there's full of spelling mistakes and it just makes time, it just takes away all my time from editing and makes show notes hellish. But this girl I know does the transcribes the whole 9 yards and does it beautifully. So I don't mind paying the money. And then I send that off to them, and then they make the decision to post it or not. But I'm just waiting for them to send me the stuff that they want me to edit. Probably they're going to send it to me on December 31st of all things. Stupid companies. But anyways, I'm digressing. Yeah, once I start working full time again, 9 to 5, Monday through 7 days a week, basically, is what I'm going to probably be. Because it'll be shift work, and then from shift work, it'll change to, we need you to work Monday to Friday, set schedule, then I'll be okay. But I'll probably be working like something like 4 till midnight. I hate that shift. I really do. But if I got to work a 4 to midnight shift, oh well. Depressing as it sounds, it is depressing, but... Hey, Miss Chloe. So, yeah, interviews are going to probably become a big part of the channel. Am I getting away from the making? Hell no. I'm not getting away from the making idea. I do want to stretch out into different genres. That's for sure. I do want to start working with wood. It might be wood burning, actually, I might get into. Just showing, different types of wood burning tips and everything else. I've talked to Lee Valley and go down there to their location down in Don Mills and check out their courses and everything else. But if I can learn that, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Then you guys can, follow along with me. Also, we do want to do some changes to the studio, so I have to buy studio lights and everything else. And yeah, that's where the money goes, guys. If you guys were kind of curious where donations were going, watch our latest video from talking about the Ender 3. Now, a lot of people said, no, the Ender 3 is someone says 235. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't measured the bed yet. I haven't been downstairs in about a week. Well, since doing the video, that is. I've been busy with other projects that needed to get done for Christmas, so those are now that the Christmas projects are done, I now have time to go check the bed, check out everything, and make sure that, yeah, it is 235 by 235. The numbers I got were from GearBest and were on AliExpress, and they both stated 220 by 220. Now, here's something interesting. I tried to max out my bed last night. Tried to do a print, maxed the bed out. It failed. Failed miserably. Hey, welcome to Johnny Gardner. I don't think you've ever been on my channel, so everybody, say hi to Johnny Gardner. Give him some love. Show him that, that we're all a friendly bunch of people. Yeah, wood burning is becoming now a new thing, Miss Glow. People are now getting into wood burning now all of a sudden. So, yeah, it's an interesting idea. I haven't seen anybody do wood burning in a long time. I was at Lee Valley. I was at their booth last year at the Oh, okay, well, cool. Thank you for coming on, man. We're just talking about new stuff that's going on with the channel. I'm just giving like a channel /update / wanted to talk to everybody, see what everybody's been up to. And I do these like once a month. Usually I do like a let's talk and open up the channel. Today I just didn't feel like doing a hangout. It was just simpler, just me kicking on Streamlabs OBS and just doing this. Usually we do a open house so everyone can chat. I watch the chat room and I also open up the YouTube stream. So yeah, it could be fun. But we've had some issues doing it in the past. That's why I don't always open it up. But yeah, every so often, if I'm doing one of those, I'm basically just end up deleting the episode afterwards or putting the episode into a lockdown mode. And then I just, do whatever we have to do later. But yeah, if you're enjoying the content, hey, hit the subscribe button. And I believe since you're not subscribed yet, or if you are subscribed, great. If you're not subscribed, if you hit subscribe, something will happen right over here. Just saying. I got it turned on for the alerts. Hopefully the alerts are working. Let me just check. So these are this one guy just signed up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, one kind of freaks out a lot of people. But, you pop up right there, so. Yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah, talking about wood burning. Yeah, get into wood burning. Show you guys wood burning. Also, I want to build the arcade machine from wood. And I had a couple ideas. Number one was to look at the 1-up, the arcade 1-up. Change that around. Show you guys how to do, how we can use that as a make arcade. But then I went, nah, because I just want these to be not cabriolet, but make them, I guess, full size, not a full size arcade because I don't really have the room to set that up, but just to make a arcade that would sit on like a bar or something like that, like a bar top arcade machine, and just load it full of games. And yes, I know the legalities of, putting games onto a ROM and the ROM emulators, all that. I get that. But it's for personal use, and I do own a lot of the games. Like, heck, if I'm going to put games on it, I have arcade games here in a box full of arcade ROM boards. So I have no problem taking the ROM. So I have no problem using lame or whatever because I have the boards. So it's one of those, I don't want to be pulling out every board whenever I want to play a game. But at the same time, I don't mind. I guess I'll just do the emulator thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I do like pulling out my old boards, and I do like using my light gun box, but it's a hassle. It really is. If you've ever seen the ROM boards, they're they're about that big. Oh, let me get both hands in the picture here so I can give you guys an idea. So, yeah, about yay big by yay long. And usually it's like 2 or 3 boards on top of each other. Plus, also, if you guys can see here, I'm not a stranger to video games. I'm not a stranger to different games. I'm not a stranger to non-English games. Hence the reason why I have the Neo Geo. Hence the reason why I have the Super Nintendo, which is the mini one because I sold my old Super Nintendo a long time ago. Xbox, PS3, so PS2 I should say. PS4. I'm not a stranger to video games. Not a stranger to the whole idea of using emulation too. But like I said, I'm not a stranger to this world of video games. I would love to have, say, like Donkey Kong or an original Pac-Man. The problem with trying to find an original Pac-Man is trying to find an original Pac-Man. You wouldn't believe how hard it is nowadays to find these systems. In Canada. Now, in the U.S., yes, I can find them, but I have to go all the way down to, where was it? One guy I know in Maine, he would probably be able to help me out a lot. But I've heard most games, usually they come from California, Texas. Florida has a lot of them. There's a couple other states that are really good for getting the machines because they're not abused. New York is the worst for getting game machines. They are so abused, it's not even funny. The boards are warped. Everything is ruining them. It's like, okay, if you're going to buy that, then you're just going to buy the board and the monitor. And then you're going to have to rebuild the whole cabinet. That's something I don't want to be doing. But New York is easy for me to get to. Buffalo is easy, like the New York State, because I'm right beside it. It's very easy to get to. I've heard of some good areas in the Michigan to get machines, but they are a little bit on the pricey side. But they're okay condition, and there are guys out there right now refurbishing the old machines and putting them out. And that's where I'm running into the problem. Is these refurbisher guys, they put out excellent machines, redone the artwork, redone everything, and then they throw them out there. And then it's like, yeah, but this is in mint condition. It's like, yeah, I understand. Refurbished the whole 9 yards, and it looks good, but I'm trying to save myself a little bit of money here. But, you do what you do, right? Oh, Mississippi. Oh, that's kind of cool. But, I would like to build my own, just to see how hard it is to build one. I mean, there's tons of instructions out there. GeekPub has instructions. There's an Instructozoid one. I know James from Print and Play, he's built his own from making it out of PLA plastics using his 3D printer. So, yeah, there's other ways to do this, too. I just want to play with wood because I don't think there's a lot of channels that actually say, hey, let's play with wood. And I'm going to talk to Apprentice Marks, see if we can get him involved. And who knows, maybe I can build it there and we can have some fun putting this thing together and, throwing it out there. Just saying. But, yeah. So don't get me wrong. I'm hoping to get into wood this year, but like I said, it's limited supply. I live in a house basically size of a New York apartment with 3 floors. So each floor is about the size of a New York apartment. The problem is storage, room, and limited amount of area to work in. Like the basement itself of this place is limited to work in. I'm usually crouched down low whenever I have to do my videos. That's why if you looked at my last video, it looks like I'm huge. I'm just crouched in an odd way so that my head's not near the top of the wall. I can usually work with my head standing straight up. But when I did the video, because I have these lights that hang down at a certain height and I didn't want them to be in the video, I had to do this slump thing. So certain things I have to work around. Now, granted, it's, I'm working with limited room here. That's basically what it comes down to. But I do want to, put out more video. I do want to get more content out. And I think I'm going to go that route of doing podcasts for a little bit. But I'm also going to still put it out to you guys so you guys can watch it. Because I really do feel, okay, fine. That content is going to take up more time. That content will be more of me being open with you guys. The content I'm going to be putting out is going to be totally different from what we're used to seeing from makers. But on one hand, I think a lot of this content is going to make you guys think, look at it, and go, I never thought of that. I want you guys to be more thinking or going, ha ha ha, laughing at it too. But I also want you guys just sit there and just go, I never thought to look at my content like that. And I'm hoping that brings something for you guys. I really do. I mean, we're all about making content. How many of us actually thought about, what could be better for the audience? What am I missing that the audience hasn't told us yet? You might hear something that just clicks with you guys. I'm not going to say every episode is going to be aimed for you guys. There might be episodes where you just go, you know what? That episode was nothing for me. That didn't tell me anything I wanted to know. Fine. You know what? There's more content out there. I just want to see if this content is going to stick. And if it sticks, guys, I would like to know that. I'd like to know what you guys think of the content. Don't be afraid to comment. I mean, yes, this video got a lot of, my Ender 3 got a lot of comments. And I want to thank every one of you guys for commenting. I really do appreciate it. But I'm wondering, is there something more that can be done? And that's why I'm leaning towards making this podcast interview an idea. Just an idea, like I said. But yeah, I'd like to know your comments, guys. I'd like to know what you're thinking. What other content creators would you like to see interviewed? Is there a content creator that you're going, hey, I think you should interview this guy? Tell me. Don't be afraid to, speak up. Don't be afraid to say, hey, have you talked to this creator? He does this. And I think with what you did on this interview, he might be a good fit. Let me know about him. Honestly, I'm all open for it. I've started Patreon just in case you guys wanted to pay me Patreon. You don't have to. You're not being forced to. But I just wanted to give you guys an update what's going on with the channel. In case you guys were not sure. That's all this was for. It's a content update information. So with that being said, I want to thank you all. Every single one of you guys. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, or whatever you may celebrate this year. So happy holidays to you people who don't. All the best to you guys, and we'll see you in 2019. Until then, guys, thank you so much. Have yourselves a wonderful time, and thank you once again for listening, watching. And guys, don't forget to send me an email. You can just send it to me at canadianmakerproject@gmail.com. Send me emails if you will. And I will see you guys all in the new year. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. All the best.